Russell Wilson went to the Oscars with a bust down who showed up naked as she stood by his side. His woman gave his teammates ammunition. Somebody gonna be like, you better check your naked.
Greetings, you polite savages, and welcome to another Tip Talk. You know, we all seen Ciara, very provocative outfit at a after party with her husband, NFL football star Russell Wilson. And you know, even though Big Russ has had hard times on the field the last years, I mean, you have to give it up to him that he's an incredible talent. And honestly, when you look at him and how he treats Ciara with utmost respect, you gotta give the guy a salute. He's a good man. But here's the problem. Ciara does not respect him. And it's just obvious. Over and over and over again, she does things to damage his image in the public eye.
Why you think Ciara dressed like that while she was with him? Russell Wilson has reached his max contract. There's no more licks after this. He's reached his max contract.
Wow. If that is the case, it would make sense as to why Ciara has started acting differently. You don't remember the song about the single independent women? That is cold-blooded if that is the case.
Not gonna get a better contract. She part of that contract. She got that lane. So now she can do what she wanna do. And what she wanna do is disrespect this by being in the streets, standing by him on a carpet, naked. Who was staying next to a naked in a photo shoot? That's almost as bad as Will Smith getting interviewed by the who cheated on him, like Chris Rock said.
So you see Russell Wilson here in Ciara, and you can tell that Ciara is wanting the spotlight on her. She cannot let go of her fame. She cannot be second place to Russell Wilson, who happens to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback and has appeared in multiple Super Bowls. But she, Ciara, past her prime as a performer, is still wanting the attention and the spotlight.
You ladies who are over 40, your grandmother's ages, stop.
Why aren't you leading the young women? I'll tell you why. Because a lot of older women are competing for the same men that their younger counterparts are. They're competing for the same men.
It's time for the next generation, but you know what gets these women to do this stuff, folks? Is their desire for the attention and spotlight. That's why they went into the careers they chose. And you notice you see this with women who have had some sort of notoriety or celebrity, or the desire of notoriety and celebrity. So gentlemen,
instead of having the spotlight to be on both of them, she needs to be front and center and in focus. And you can see here that the staff takes away Russell Wilson, and he was fine with it. Ciara was fine with allowing that to happen as he shoot off to the other side of the platform. And here she does a turn showing her bare backside, wearing only, guess what? A thong under that see-through dress. The fact that she could come out into the world wearing only a see-through dress speaks volumes of her character and the power dynamics in this relationship. I have to wholeheartedly agree with Grover and Kevin Samuels, El Guapo, and others that we need to, as men, present the best image of ourselves out into the public. Did you know most of our communication comes in the form of body language? So there are classic displays between Ciara and Russell Wilson that shows how much of the power dynamics in this particular relationship belongs to Ciara. So Rivellino has this particular BroScience theory of green lines, but it best describes the power dynamics between two individuals in a relationship. Let's use an image of Rihanna and A$AP Rocky with their child on the front of Vogue magazine. Rihanna is holding a masculine image, a masculine frame, showing she is the dominant one in a relationship, that she is the leader, while A$AP Rocky with their child taking on a feminine role, where he is allowing himself to be being led by Rihanna, showing himself to be submissive and nurturing as a feminine man. He is the follower, and she is the leader. I have to admit, there's a bit of truth in his theories. I mean, it's so popular that even Newsweek had to do an article describing the Rivellino green line effect. When they were describing the Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith relationship, it shows that Will is in a submissive and feminine position, while Jada Pinkett Smith is masculine, legs splayed apart, showing that she has the power in the relationship. The key concept that you can take away from this, men, is that the dominant person in the relationship is squared up towards the camera and is standing upright, while the submissive one in the relationship is leaning towards the dominant person in the relationship, and their hips and pelvis is pointed towards the dominant person in the relationship.
Now, a lot of people will say, well, if they're happy, why does it make a difference? It makes a difference because whether or not you agree with a lifestyle, the public image of a man and a woman, the public image of marriage in America is being shattered bit by bit. Over 50% of marriages fail. And the marriages that are around, I mean, does anybody want them? You know, Kevin Samuels had a birthday, March 13th. Rest in power, Godfather. He had an amazing celebration where some of the biggest content creators in the manosphere came and said kind words about him and kind remembrances. And his biggest concern was the image of the Black man and the Black community and the reunification of the nuclear family in America. And Kevin Samuels helped a lot of people, Black, white, Mexican, and others. Here's what we have to understand. None of this is gonna work. None of this reunification mess is gonna work if we don't fix our image. I mean, let's just look at Lizzo. She's twerking on stage playing a flute. Oh, okay, that's her stick, but did she have to pull her pants down when she did it? I mean, even look at Meg Thee Stallion, who had a boyfriend and then was shamed when her sexual past was coming to light in the Tory Lanez trial. You see, here's the problem. We can't go around acting like we don't care and then care when the going gets tough. We can't go around acting like we're strong, independent, don't need a man, then cry when we're older and we don't have a man. Now, a lot of women says, who's doing that? But the studies just show when 1 in 4 women are on a psych medication, when you have people who have had successful lives coming out and saying, what I regret most is not having a family. And when we have families, we need to react and act accordingly. I don't care if it comes off a little preachy, just the truth is the truth. A long time ago, we used to have songs, A Change Gonna Come, and it was born out of strife and born out of struggle. But now it seems like we need some more struggle and we need to understand exactly what we were fighting for. The Black American family used to be the most married, and now we're the least. And that happened in less than 30 years. And we are the canary in a coal mine for America. So now what happened to us is happening to the other side. And now the men who have the same problems, the Black men who are complaining about the same problems, white men are complaining about it. And Asian men have started complaining about it. Why do you think there's passport bros or passport gentlemen or blue book gentlemen or whatever you want to call it? I just call them travelers of every race. In my comment section, there's guys from the Philippines, who were born in America, Filipino Americans, saying, hey, I don't want to date here. I can't take it. There's Black men, white men, Latinos, and all types of groups of people. Men from the islands, talofa to my Samoan homies, saying, hey, we're experiencing the same thing. The erosion of the family unit is going to spread to everyone. And the canary in a coal mine is how Ciara's react. The canary in a coal mine is the image. The culture is kept with the women. Let's keep it straight. Black American culture has been dominated by women. Big Mama's always been a thing. I remember young in the house, my grandma told us what to do, and we just did it. My grandfather just sat back. He took care of the outside of the house. Now, he was in charge, but he understood the role and said, hey, you better do what your grandmama say, or I'll have to come see about you. Don't we need a little more of that? Don't we need a little more trust that you got to do what she says or I'll see about you? You know, we can say whatever you want that, you know, the family is breaking apart, but it's not going to stop until we bring back shame. Shame on you, Ciara, for being a mother, wearing that and embarrassing your husband. And if he says he's not embarrassed, he's a goddamn lie.
I'm a left-leaning libertarian, but once I am married with a woman, I'm going to expect some conservative values, some conservative behaviors in a formation of our marriage and our relationship. Public image, public perception is of paramount importance. People are going to judge you by the way you look and how you present yourself. You can never get a woman that's a project woman and an in-process woman that is wanting fame and wanting attention on herself to ever let go of that fame. I surmise, I'm speculating, that fame to her is more important than having a relationship with Russell Wilson.
Women like that are likely going to be problematic because as your star rises, they're going to want to step into the spotlight with you. But ladies, if you want to be with a man at this level, you need to understand that you will be third. He is number one, his purpose is number two, you are number three.
Now I understand why it's best to avoid women like this, and I didn't have the words to articulate it. It's okay to get in relationships with these kind of women if they allow themselves to be led by you. If they're wanting the spotlight and the limelight at all times, she's not going to be a woman that provides value and peace of mind in your relationship. Do not allow yourself to be in a position where you've lost respect from your woman, that she sees herself as a better person than you. And we know women don't acknowledge this, but through her behaviors and her actions, you can tell that women do lose respect for you compared to the alpha that she always had idealized.
And of course, there was a clapback from Ciara. In a post on the Shade Room called Selective Outrage, she just walked up looking sleek, and she let her fans do the talking, saying she got a whole husband. What y'all worried about? You see it over and over again. Why are you worried about it? As if our image doesn't mean things to us.
Married and a mother of 3. You're a reflection. You are the matriarch of the family. Think about it that way. Those pictures are out there and they're a representation of our family. Is that the specific image that you want to be selling of our family? At a certain point, like, do you have to keep doing this? Like, will you ever mature into a mother or, a matriarch?
I want to juxtapose this behavior with LeBron James' wife, Savannah James. Nobody calls LeBron James a simp. You can not like his politics. You could not like his play. You can even not like his personality, but there is an understanding and a respect that he is the head of his household. Savannah James has never embarrassed LeBron James. And I don't know the inner workings of their marriage. I don't know if it's wonderful. I don't know if it's great. I don't know if they're going to be together next year this time. But one thing I do know is that nobody thinks LeBron James is not the person in control at his house. Nobody thinks Savannah James is trying to steal a spotlight. Ciara, she has that Brittany Renner energy. Well, no matter how big my man is, he's not going to dim my light. And that's the problem.
How many modern women are ready to play the number 2 position to their husband? Ciara's also releasing music talking about being a single woman and women empowerment and independence and encouraging other single women that they're on the right path as a married woman. Now that sends a particular message that is quite disturbing, but it seems like Ciara's gearing up for something. I hate to say it, divorce. The point that really stuck out to me was when Corey talked about Russell being on his max contract and having a bad season. Seems like there's a power struggle in the Wilson household right now.
Men, you must be on your purpose. Never allow a woman to get in your way and distract you from that purpose. And to the ladies, if a man's on his purpose, that the man's purpose comes first. You're not going to be his first priority, especially if you do not have children with this man. And especially if you are going to distract this man from getting things done. If you want a successful relationship with a man and bring him ease and have his full loyalty, his full provision and protection, then it is in your best interest when you allow the man to become the best version of himself that he can be. But ladies, are you willing to let your ego take a back seat while the man is out there tackling life and making a better path for both of you? If you can pass this test, that I believe you will find fulfillment, contentment, and happiness in your life.
Well, that's all I got for you today, you polite savages. As always, like and subscribe, hit us up on a Patreon, join the TipTube army, be a polite savage. As always, ask yourself one question. Can you handle a tip? Boom, booty in your face. We're out. We found true happiness.